And we're back from Tel Aviv as troops here are preparing for what may be an all-out ground invasion of Gaza from southern Israel. They're amassing troops and tanks there, but they're also building up forces to the north where another of Israel's enemies, Hezbollah, is threatening its own action. We have reporters near both borders tonight. We're going to begin with Ellison Barber in southern Israel. Ellison, we know you've seen a buildup of tanks and troops over the last few days. What are you seeing there right now?
Yeah, Tom, we've continued to see just a large amount of Israeli tanks headed in the direction of Gaza. In the last 20 minutes or so, we've heard at least 9 artillery booms. This area back here, this is Israel. We have seen missiles, at least one wave of them, coming from this direction, headed towards Gaza. If you walk a little around with me here, I can show you the direction of where we're hearing those artillery booms and where we then see the orange glow in Gaza. So through this area, in this direction, this is where we are hearing those booms. At one point, we heard what we would describe as an artillery bombardment, just rapid fire for a brief period. And then after that, and after we have also heard booms of rockets, other things being launched, occasionally through the trees this way, you can see the area that is Gaza just light up with orange flashes. At times, it sounds like a thunderstorm is rolling through Gaza, but it's not at all that. It is the sounds of war. Look, we have seen hundreds of tanks, military vehicles over the last couple of days as our team has been in this area reporting. We've seen a number of flatbeds, again, moving in the direction of Gaza, full of artillery as well as heavy moving machinery that we saw Israeli forces use, similar to what we saw them use when they went in to get Hamas militants out of a police station that they were occupying in the southern city of Sderot. That stuff has been moving into the direction of Gaza. We know that the IDF has said that they are preparing for a more expansive combat. The only question is exactly when it will happen. They have said they plan to do this by air, by sea, and by land. This area here, it has been evacuated from civilians, all of the homes, and we've been in neighborhoods nearby. It is relatively quiet because all that is here are members of IDF. They are, again, moving a lot of equipment through here, headed towards the border. We hear that constant little bit of a roll of artillery throughout the evening. But on the whole, it's been a bit quiet here in the last couple of hours. The IDF has been clear that they think 1.1 million Gazans who are in the north part of Gaza, that they need to evacuate. They have said to move south past the Gaza River. The UN, other organizations have called that a mistake, saying that it is very difficult for people to do that. Remember, Tom, the situation in Gaza is this. Their only power plant is out of fuel. If people want to move south, that's incredibly difficult. We know that there have been convoys that have been struck by airstrikes. The Palestinian Health Ministry says those were airstrikes from Israel that killed at least 70 people. Also, we know that the only land border that is possible to cross outside of Israeli territory, the Rafah border into Egypt, Tom, that has been closed since Tuesday. Tom?
All right, Ellison Barber for us. Ellison, you and your team stay safe out there, even though it has been quiet. As southern Israel braces for battle in Gaza, many in northern Israel are preparing for interference from Hezbollah out of Lebanon. NBC's Josh Letterman is on the border there in northern Israel tonight. And Josh, as we talk to you about where you are, what kind of preparations have you seen there?
Well, Tom, the Israeli military is sending reinforcements to the area that's near the border. And in fact, today I saw a column of Merkava battle tanks and armored personnel carriers just a couple miles from Lebanon. And the troops there told me they don't know whether Hezbollah is actually going to go all in on this, but they insisted they will be ready no matter what happens. And as those troops were doing maintenance on their tanks, you could actually hear small arms fire ringing out in the distance, and you could see smoke rising from the hills where mortars were fired today into Israel from Lebanon. The military saying they shelled sites in Lebanon in response. Israel also said that a terrorist cell tried to infiltrate from Lebanon, and the military saying an Israeli drone struck members of that cell and killed them. Now, this is all very worrying to Israel because as bad as Hamas has been, as bad as that terror attack has been, Hezbollah is actually seen as a much stronger military force. They're believed to have tens of thousands of advanced missiles that can literally target anywhere in Israel, Tom.
Thanks for watching. Stay updated about breaking news and top stories.